Good afternoon. My name is Ryan Carlson. Uh, just want to come out and tell a lot of people stuff that's been heavy on my heart, my mind. Uh, God's been working through my life a lot in the past several years. I mean, this hasn't been something that's happened in the past couple years since I went through a really bad divorce. It's been going on since, probably since I was about 17 at least. I was married at a young age. I had a long marriage. I'm a God-fearing man. I've worked hard my whole life. Everything that's everything that I've done with the grace of God in mind. I hope they touch everything or bless everything I've touched, and He has. When I was married, I'd pray every day before I went to work. I prayed during work. I'd make sure that I had that connection between God, and He did bless everything I did. And God does hate divorce, and that's kind of why when I went through that, it it messed up my life because He doesn't like it. But He also knows that I tried. I did everything I could. I went to church. I prayed every day. I prayed all day. Um, there's several things in my relationship just won't work because when you're with someone that's unwilling to change, nothing will ever change. And at one point, heck, I didn't want to change, and I'll be serious about that. Admit it. Hey, I got to the point where I was just like, whatever. There's nothing I can do. I just leave it in God's hands. And you know, at that point, that's when a lot of things started happening. And I knew that we'd get a divorce. And at that point, I had a great job. I lived on property at a hotel, managed hotel. Well, I've been in hotels 13 years. I've talked to millions of people. I know several different perspectives um, of different people all over the world. And one thing rings true that God is the way. He's the truth. He's the life. And everything that I have experienced, I've tested it. God asked you to test it, and I have. And I found it to be true every time. And this is the end times. As much as I hate to admit it, it scares people. Hey, there's nothing you can do. It's already been foretold. There's stuff all throughout the Bible that's been prophesized in the Bible, and it has come to pass. And people just refuse to listen. They get hurt. That they have that conviction in their heart, but they ignore it. And there's nothing I could do about that. Only God can change their hearts and their minds. And all I can do is just give them the knowledge to move on and make a better decision. A lot of people let money rule their life. Money doesn't rule my life. I don't care how much money I make, what I'm wearing. I don't care. I don't care what people think about me, because you know what? In the end, the only person I care about is what God thinks about me, and the way He's going to judge me when He comes here on earth and says, "Hey, you've done a lot of good things. You've helped a lot of people. You've done everything. You're the best friend anybody could be, but you never knew me. You never had that relationship." And I've had a relationship with God. I had it when I was married. I talked to Him, like I said, every day. But when I went through my divorce, I didn't. And that separated me from Him, and I was attacked. And if you want to, you can look through my Facebook. You can see my distress, my pain. You can see everything, and you can see it happen as it unfolds. And I decided to, trust God. God led me back up to Nebraska, where I'm originally from. And just being here, it's not me, it's God. The second day I was here, 2 lives were literally saved. Literally, because God brought me to this place. Okay? It's not about me trying to make a bunch of money to, provide for my family, which I want to. I want to provide for my kids, but my ex, from the second that we got divorced, she's been attacking me. And, the Bible says that we're supposed to respect our government or respect our authorities. And, I do. I respect the cops. I respect their job. It's hard, but at the same time, They're our enemies. They're going to be the ones that take away our freedoms. And it's going to be worldwide. I mean, if you really think about it, our money system's collapsing. I mean, it's obvious. Everybody knows. But, sooner or later, we're not going to have, money to throw around. We're going to have a medical chip that also has our banking information, GPS. I mean, think about your smartphone. I mean, they're going to know where you're at all times of the day, what you're doing. If you're still, they're going to know it because you walk out a door, they'll just charge you for it. So there is no stealing. You don't get that choice. You don't get your God-given right to make your own mistakes, which is what God wants us to do, because that has us depend on God. But they want us to depend on them. If you really think about it again, the government, they basically run the companies that are in this world. Government decides how much tax they pay, whose back they scratch, and so on. But everything in the world has gone up in price. Our gas, food, everything. But you know what? The pay hasn't gone up. In return, has a lot of people depending on the government, depending on, hey, I need help with my housing. Hey, I need help with my electricity. Hey, I need help with my medical expenses. Hey, I need help. So everybody depends on the government, and they don't lean on God, who they really need to. And they'll see a huge change if they just depend on God and really truly seek God. God will take care of them beyond anybody's understanding, beyond what they can even imagine. And it's just very important, because all these prophecies that are coming to pass means, not only that the end times are drawing really near. And I'm not gonna lie, I've had visions probably since I was like when I was about 17. I started having visions. I didn't really even dream before then. I started having very vivid visions about the end times, and a lot of churches back then didn't actually teach revelations and what's going to happen in the end times, because that scares people. People don't want to know if the world's going to end or not. It scares them, and it pushes them away from God. But what it should do is draw them near Him. And I've seen a lot of backlash from comments I made on my Facebook, and people getting upset because I say it's end times. Oh, I'm crazy, I'm lunatic. No, I'm a smart man, and it's not me. God's blessed me with that, with the smarts and that knowledge. And what I'm trying to do is pass it on to people, because this knowledge is going to help save some people. I mean, that's the most important thing to me, is saving people that need to be saved. And God will wait for those people. And there's a time period right now. And like I was saying, I have visions. When I moved back to Nebraska, I was sitting on the couch and I went into a trance. This is during the day, and my girlfriend tried to grab me and be like, "Hey, Ryan, you all right? You all right?" And God spoke through me. He said, "Get back." And she backed up against the wall, sat on the ground, and put her head in between her legs, pretty much like in shame. And it was just a very, very touching experience. And God told me that the end times was near. That started. And I want to get people to realize and notice that this is real. It's going on. It's going to happen. And there's time to reach people, but God didn't tell us when it's going to happen. He said He's going to come like a thief in the night. And if you're not willing to listen or even change and make different choices, as to the way you live your life, it just separates you that much more from God. I'm not saying that God doesn't love you, but the separation affects your relationship with God. You could have the best relationship with people, and people just don't understand. It's not about what you do, what you've done to help people. Heck, I've worked in churches, and hey, I did this, and I've helped all these people. It doesn't matter, because in the end, you didn't have a relationship with God. And God said that, hey, sorry, you never knew me. You've done a lot of things, but I didn't know you. I mean, I knew you, but you didn't know me. And, it's something to ponder. And on top of that, I've worked in hotels, and I've worked with a lot of people that worked at a military base right across from where I was at. And I had high ranking, high security clearance officials come up to me and kind of pull me aside. They saw I was a good guy, upbeat, positive, God driven. They're like, hey, Ryan, hey, you know, I feel like I need to tell you this. And they'd tell me, hey, the government is wanting to control us. That's their objective. They want to control every aspect of our lives, and it's going to happen because that's what's been prophesied in the Bible. And like I said, it might take a few years. And I'm not saying Obama's the Antichrist. Heck, he could be. He might not be. He might be the next president. But the way I think his first term, he turned his back on our biggest ally, which is Israel. We've never ever turned our back on Israel. And the first term, he's telling Israel to give the land back that they won in a war in 1969 to Palestine. I mean, their country's so small, and he's like, "Oh, just resolve this issue." And the prime minister in Israel was like, what, screw you, Obama. Basically, he's like, it's our land. We fought for it. And why would he turn his back on our biggest ally just to stop that? It's not about that. He wants to control. He wants to control, and it's a scary thing. He's a controlling man, and he wants to control everything they can. And also, I heard another thing when he first started out in the office. He's saying that he's put in the position he's in to make decisions for us because we can't make our own decisions. And we're a democracy. We vote on it. We make our own decisions, and people don't even realize it. I'd never even started getting into politics until he got into office, and I'm not a politician. Really, I don't even care. I think they're liars, they're manipulators, they're cheaters. They steal from people. They do everything everybody else does, but they're in the public eye, and people don't even care when they make mistakes. They don't even care when they say things are wrong. I could, like I've been saying, hey, I can't get a good job to pay for my kids because of money. And I'm a bad person. I'm a criminal because, hey, you know what? First of all, our economy sucks. That's just the truth. And the job market's overflooded. I got 13 years of hotel experience, and I'm good at what I do. It's hard for me to find a job. That's ridiculous. And I'm a criminal because of that. Really? Really? Think about it. They want to criminalize us. They want to control us. They want us to depend on the government. And that's what they're trying to do. They're pushing us to do something we don't want to do. Some people are like, oh, hey, yeah. Because a lot of people, like you said, can't make their own decisions. They don't know right from wrong. They don't know what to do. They're just like, hey, our government says do this, so I do this. I'm supposed to follow this, so I follow this. They don't know how to make their own decisions and choices. And they should make it based upon the way God thinks about life and the way he really believes people should be. And it's written in the book of life, the Bible. And I really can't say it even more. That's how important it is that people just stop and realize that God's trying to touch their life, and God's trying to tell them that you need to get right before it's too late. I keep almost getting interrupted, so I'm trying to tell something very important, and everywhere I go, people try to stop me, and it's the way I look at it, it's the devil trying to stop me from getting my point across, my point out. And I could try to type something on Facebook, disappear, or it crashes, or they're trying to stop me from getting out what I need to. But I'm not gonna let nobody stop me. So, I'm done rambling. I'm done saying my piece. I just want to say, to everybody that I love you. That it's all out of love. It's all out of love, and I've been shown these things through life, and it's very important that everybody knows, because I don't want these people's blood on my hands. I don't want them to look at me and be like, hey, you're, you should have done this. I want God to be like, you should have said something and you didn't. And I don't want to have that. I don't want to have people die or die in their spirit because of me. It's wrong. It's wrong. So, like I said, just want to say I love y'all. I love my babies in Texas. Man, I miss y'all guys. Man, I miss y'all. Wish you're up here living with me. Hey, I'd be able to take care of you. I'd pray and, I know God would take care of us, but, that's not God's plan. So, I'm here with my girlfriend that I truly love. She's the woman of my dreams. And her kids, I love them. They're awesome. And it shows. And, I'm such a blessed person because of God. And I just wish and hope and pray that each and every single one of you realize that God's that big of a part of your life. And don't let the money, don't let the jobs, don't let anybody take that away from you. I mean, my last job, my manager tried to have me actually he's the owner of the company, he had to try to put me in a position where I had to put him over my family. He's like, hey, take care of me, I'll take care of you and your family. And no, I already know what I'm doing. I should get paid for what I know how to do. I don't need you to tell me that take care of you, take care of your family, put you first before my family. Nuh-uh. Ain't gonna happen. I'm not gonna put you before God or my family. And that's just how I am. But God bless. Take care. And if my ex or my family, when anybody sees this, that puts it on their hearts or mind to give me my ex's number so I can talk to my kids at least. I mean, she changed her number so I can't call. Or even her lawyer. I don't care. I need to talk to her lawyer too. They're just trying to imprison me, try to put me in jail because it's not my fault. It's not. I mean, I do have some parts in it. I've made mistakes, but hey, I put so many applications out there. It's ridiculous. I mean, I have 3 jobs right now, and I still can't barely afford what I have to do. What I need, and I don't even buy clothes. I haven't bought clothes for years. Everything's been given to me by God, and thank God for that, those blessings. But take care, be blessed, and I look forward to seeing you in the lines, marching for God, not for yourself, not for our government. It's just sad to see people lose their values. This is a God-given country based on God values, and I hope people will realize that. But have a great day. I'm out.